What's going on, people? This is this is different. This is different. Um, the United States, was born out of violence. Okay. The US was born out of violence. Did we forget that? Did we forget that the United States was born out of violence? The founding fathers, the founding fathers that Americans idolize, engaged in warfare in one form or another. I'm not one who's against peace, you know? I'm not one who wants people to literally die. The problem is how many marches have been done? And look where it got us. All these marches, what has that done? Like, how many, to the point where people were bending the knee with Colin Kaepernick, bending the knee. What has that done? I mean, really, let's put things in perspective here. George Washington spearheaded a revolution. Let's not forget the likes of Benjamin Franklin, who brokered a deal with France to send soldiers weapons to fight the establishment in the United States in the Revolutionary War. Let's not forget these things. Like, as much as really, it's like, and sometimes it takes violence, it takes some sort of chaos to bring order. It takes some sort of chaos and upheaval to occur to bring order, and this is what's taking place here. It's maddening. This is the makings of an actual civil war unraveling in front of us. We are living history right now. We are living history right now. And what are we, like it, that it's just crazy right now, man. It's just, I don't have I don't have anything more to say besides the fact of anything else that I have to add will be of a different level as far as from a spiritual point of view, because this right here of what's going on, it's just devastating. 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 There's no other way to describe this. Again, the US was born out of death, out of pillage, out of destruction, out of violence, people, out of aggression. Out of aggression sometimes brings evolution. People, as crazy as it sounds, I'm not asking for businesses to be destroyed. Hell, I'm not asking, for black people to be killed for people in general to be killed. But particularly right now, it's just these incidents that have been, just consecutive numbers of incidents have just been done to black men. Who's asking for that to occur? Who? So now this is being used as a catalyst for a different agenda to come to the forefront. For the anti-fascist agenda to come to the forefront now. They use the death of a black man as a catalyst, a conduit to present their anti-government issues. And now that's just sowing more seeds to create a civil war in America, land of the free, home of the brave. This is what we're witnessing unfolding from the virus pandemic to social distancing to stay at home to quarantine to this destructive act of violence being done by police against a civilian to now curfew in the midst of a pandemic that nobody's talking about anymore. This supposed pandemic that no one's talking about anymore. All these issues on top of issues. And now the president pretty much made a signal in front of that church holding that Bible to let the world know he's a president of law and order. And he's going to, enact military force. This is the beginning and makings of a civil war. It's just my opinion. This is you can't quietly ask for demands at this point. You know what I mean? After a while, you know how many people are getting run over by cars? You know how many people have gotten killed since George Floyd? Since post George Floyd, people have gotten killed behind it in the midst of under the guise of protest. So please, the looting is going to continue, the fires are going to continue, the killings are going to continue. It's just going to continue. The violence is going to continue. You have factions. You have factions that have been prepared for this. It seems like they've been prepared for this, have been activated. And they're working like cells. Come on, come on. Again, this country was born out of violence. What do you think is going to happen? After people have been dying in silence for so long, after people have been dying and people have been marching and marching and marching and preaching this non-violence and bending the knee as recent as the last 5 years or so, peacefully, and nothing has been resolved. So what do you think is going to happen past that? What do you think is going to happen past that? Come on now. Let's not fall short. Let's not fall short. And I'm not even a historian, but I even know that from the well, some people call it the indoctrination camps called school, growing up in school history. Who was the first president of the United States? George Washington. Who was the second president? John Adams, etc., etc. All had a part. All had a part in warfare. What makes today so different? How many times have we seen people get gunned down or killed, lynched, massacred in the same form? It just was a different person, different face, different identity, different name. Same heinous types of acts. Being tied to a car and tied to the end of a car, and the cars would just drive with the body, killing the people, decimating them while they get ripped on the road to shreds, torn, lynched, all types of wicked deeds. Now, when you see it happen in on film, man, that wrecks your spirit. It does something to you. If you're a person, you have a sensibility. You have to feel that. If you're a sociopath or you're a psychopath, that's different. So you're void of a conscience and emotion. But if you have compassion and you have some form of empathy, some type of level of kindness and humanity, you had to have been moved by that. But now it's become complicated. It's become something else added to this, where it's about, I mean, it's domestic war, civil war. America is ill right now. America is sick right now. America needs is I mean, is nowhere near healing right now. Nowhere near it. When people talk about time will heal, it ain't heal. It ain't even. I think it's gonna get worse before it gets better. Reopen what? My goodness. There's so many factors and variables at play at the same time. That's it. There's, I don't know what else to say. I can't. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. Be aware, people. Just be aware.